Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another live stream by the Option School. So, extreme volatility in markets, even in Nifty, Bank Nifty, and definitely all option traders facing very difficult times. So, let us analyze where are we heading for options expiry on 18th. Generally, we do it on Wednesday, and we found that okay, Wednesday it may not be so useful to do this analysis. So we said, okay, let us do it on Tuesday. So welcome to all of you to this live stream. Hopefully my voice is audible. You can please confirm if my voice is audible. And all of you who have joined this channel for the first time, please go ahead and press that subscribe button. And while you are pressing that subscribe button, you must ensure that you are pressing that bell icon also, because by pressing that bell icon, you will get a notification whenever we are live, and we are live every day on all working days at 9 p.m. Thanks for confirming, and thanks Mr. JP, Mr. Chandels, Mr. Sharma, Mr. Kamo. Thanks for confirming that voice is audible. Yes, Mr. Sharma, first like, then watch. We are starting with very bad likes. I don't know why. We should have much more likes by now. Okay, so new people, press that subscribe button, and existing members of the group, you can press that like button. Thanks for pressing that. So what is happening in the markets? Again, another tough day. We had a tough day on Monday. Definitely Monday morning we are seeing a big gap down. Everybody was scared to almost, you see, 9600 levels. And then today morning we were thinking that okay, there will be a big gap up. Big gap up happened, and after that maybe some scary situation on border, and markets tank down very fast. The way markets move, it can be scary for any kind of trader, right? If you see this, see what has happened to the markets. Let me take this man. Made a high of 10.0046, maybe almost at the opening, and see what is the low, 9728. It's not, I am saying gap up, gap down only. Even within during the day, the way markets are behaving, it is very difficult for any trader to trade these markets, and you really need nerves of steel to stay invested in these kind of markets, because it kills traders on short side, it kills traders on long side also. And it is not happening once, it is happening so many times. Even on Monday we have seen a huge movement in the market, and even today we have seen huge movement in the market, and that movement is not on one side. The movement is happening on both the sides. So here you see a big grand opening somewhere here, and see from here market going down all the way to 9728. And let me tell you, this happened in a very short span, from maybe 115 to 130. Within that only there was a big fall, and then it started recovering, and from here it recovered up to, you can say the closing was somewhere around 9900, 9914, 9915. So this is extreme volatility. And if Mr. Sharma, you have made 60 points profit, if that is by design, show us that design. If that is by fluke of luck, then it's a different thing. And I always say that okay, if you're making money by stroke of luck, then definitely we will be short of luck any day. So by design, it's very difficult to trade these markets. So any kind of analysis, whatever we are going to do, it will be a very logical analysis, and still you do not know whether it will hold good or not, because so many news, so many things happening in the world, and ultimately our markets are pretty shallow markets. Whatever is happening to Dow Jones, we want to follow that also, but whatever is happening on our borders, we want to follow that also. So it's a totally confused market, right? So if to prove another volatility of the market, now let us see where is Dow Jones. Now this was the snapshot taken maybe at around 8:30. I don't know where is market now. After that, when this was taken, when we were preparing for this presentation, Dow Jones has went as low as plus 81 points also, and now if I see, it is somewhere around plus 473. So even within half an hour, there is so much of movement on both the directions, that it becomes difficult. You see, when your big index behave like a, you can say, third class stock, definitely it becomes difficult to trade. So we need to be very, very cautious in these kind of markets, and you need to hold on to your positions unnecessarily. We should not leave our positions here and there thinking that, okay, this has just gone like anything, right? And a good environment, in case the VIX has gone up, so it gives you some good opportunities, some strategies where you really need a high VIX on the current month and low VIX in the coming months. But only problem with this month is, this month we are facing the third expiry also, and we are at the fag end of the month. So if these things happen, maybe somewhere around 6th and 7th of June, obviously you get very high VIX in June, and obviously the volatility in next month would be lesser. So then you get very good opportunities to create many time spreads like calendar spreads and diagonal spreads. But now, since you see, time is another factor, we are moving very, very close to 25th January, so those opportunities are also not very great in these kind of markets. Let us try to analyze what is happening in the markets. This is the option chain for 18th June. Today is 16th, so we have tomorrow's movement, and hopefully markets may not move tomorrow just the way the Monday was, just the way Tuesday was. Why it should not do, I really do not know. We still have some court case hearing tomorrow, wherein whether banks will be asked to waive off the interest part on moratoriums, or whether they will be allowed to collect that. That can be a big news, at least for Bank Nifty. And since Bank Nifty constitutes major part of Nifty, so it can have its own repercussions on Nifty also. So again, another day where news will be really, really dominating the moves of the market. And then, of course, what is happening on India China front, and third is what is happening on Dow Jones front. So ultimately, a very, very complex scenario within out of these illogical markets. We are just trying to find out some logic. I really don't know whether it will work or not, but let's see. You see, most of the time, since it's working, let us try to see whether it will work, or it will not work, right? So where is market is somewhere around 9900. So if we see what is the premium available at 9900 on weekly expiry, this is 100 rupees here, 100 rupees 50 paisa, and 112 rupees here. So roughly we have got around 212 rupees in this uh, week only. I'm not saying monthly. In this week also, we still have 212 rupees, and we generally see, you see, by Wednesday closing, our at the money positions are generally in the range of 120 to 150. So definitely out of this 220, tomorrow another 80 to 100 rupees will go, whether that will go at 9900 level, or whether it will go at 10,000 level or 9800 level, that nobody can check, nobody can you see predict very correctly. But as of now, this means the market still has a steam of moving at least 200 to 250 points up and down. So if I say 200 point 250 points up, that would mean definitely markets can go up to at least 10,150, and we have highest open interest as of now somewhere around 10,200. So 10,200 is sort of upper range. I am saying all these things with lot of uh, caution also, that uh, in news driven markets, all these things may or may not work. And on the bottom side also, if I see, the highest open interest is sitting at 9500, market is at 9900. So although we are finding that premium wise the market has a steam of around 250 points, so that makes it somewhere close to 9650. So 9650 should be the bottom based on today's premium, and somewhere around 10,200 should be the top based on today's premium, right? And if you see by open interest, 9500 and 10,200, again if I try to find out sort of a sort of a middle point out of this, which gives me a 350 points range, which again gives you 9850. So chances are that market should hover between 97 to 10,100, 10,150 if we go purely based on the logic which is available from the premiums of the market. So how can we use this information? Again, if we find that okay, market is really going up, it can go up to 10,100, 150. We can definitely take some bearish positions which can be of next week or which can be of next month also, because ultimately there will be a slight disconnect every time whenever we are seeing an expiry. So ultimately the market operators would like to expire the markets wherever they want, and based on this data it seems that okay, this will be the range. And if you see where is the highest accumulation, in fact 10,200 is not the highest open interest. I was wrong. 10,000 is the highest open interest. If you see today 10,000 is the highest open interest, and 10,000 and 9,500 somewhere average out to 9750, 9,800. So chances of going up look slightly bleak, but if you see Dow Jones, the way it is moving, it's still high. We need to see what happens, right? So if I see the third parameter, one thing is we are checking it always by what is the premium available in the straddle. Second thing is we are checking okay, what are the highest open interest. But you tell me, from highest open interest, do you think these markets are very deep or they are very shallow? Can anybody comment? That will give me a few seconds break. And secondly, let's have few more likes. We are lagging behind in likes. The open interest on likes is really low. So please go ahead and like it, and please answer me, do you think based on highest open interest the markets are having any depth or not? As Mr. Sharma, Mr. Ghosh are saying they are very shallow, Kritika is saying very deep, Nitesh is saying very shallow. You see, these markets are extremely shallow. Generally, when we see open interest on Tuesday, on Wednesday, these used to be, I have seen even 60 lakhs, 50 lakhs kind of open interest. Now, what you are seeing on highest open interest is only 28 lakhs, and on 9500, only 25 lakhs, right? So they are very shallow markets. Any big player coming in and buying things, it will take markets on upside at a very fast rate. Any big player coming into the market and selling something, the market will go down very easily. That is the problem of shallow markets. And thanks to all of you who have listened to my appeal and liked the video. You see, these are very shallow markets. Most of the times, you see, whenever we have been doing open interest analysis, we have found that okay, something like 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs used to be the minimum open interest on both the sides. Here, there is hardly any open interest. 24, 25 lakhs, 28 lakhs is nothing actually. It's nothing. So the market is, I will say, from its normal, the open interest positions suggest that okay, market is not even at its 50%. If I say the average highest open interest should have been something like 50 lakhs, this is only 28 lakhs, 24 lakhs. Obviously, the conviction will be low because the way markets are behaving, these kind of swings are not at all desirable in any markets, whether you are buyer or whether you are seller. So these kind of swings will definitely wipe out accounts, and they will take traders, investors away from the market. Whereas you see, remember what we were discussing, that okay, new margins are coming, and we will be seeing more liquidity, more people entering into the market. This is the situation of the market in spite of new margins, right? This is the situation of the market in spite of new margins. So that is why I'm saying it's a very shallow market, and rightly so. You see, all wise traders or investors must be sitting out, no doubt about that, right? People who are stuck up into these positions, they are okay. And you see, you really do not know which way it will turn out and whether it will be profitable for you or not. You deploy any open strategy, that will really test your nerves. And obviously, if you are in a closed strategy like iron condor, like butterfly, or any condors, then obviously my risk is limited, and then you can stay invested. And that is the thing which is very important in these markets. Can you remain invested in your trade even if market is very windy? it is moving up and down like anything, can you still remain peaceful and can you still remain invested in your trade? That is the whole point. If I start sweating as soon as market goes 200 points down, if I start sweating as soon as market goes 200 points up, then definitely this market will give me a lot of jerks. So as I have always said, in these kind of markets, definitely we have to be in closed strategies only, right? So they are going away up and down, uh, like anything, and there is no logic behind it. There is no calculation behind it. It's all news driven. If there is a face off at China border, market will go down by 200 points. If Dow Jones goes up by 1000 points, market will go up by 300 points. Then next day they will say, okay, there is a second round of coronavirus, market will go down. Then they will say, okay, banks have said that okay, the interest on interest part will not be charged, markets will go down. So anytime something coming up and you do not know the elephant taking which direction, it can just turn around and keep on doing damages to lot of portfolios. Even buyers of options are struggling in this case, right? Position sizing is very important. Well said, Mr. Siddharth. In these kind of markets, if your position size is very big, or you are invested, maybe you can say in 70 to 80% of your capital, that can make things slightly more scary for you, right? Okay, anyway, these are the markets. We cannot control these markets, and we have to only control our own trades. And what is happening on 25th June also, if you see 25th June also, this is the chart for 25th June, and if you see highest open interest, they're also sitting at 10,000. Hopefully I do not have the figures at 10,500, but I think this is 10,000 is highest open interest, and very interestingly and solid highest open interest at 9,000. Right, so we must remember where we started. We started the month at slightly lower levels, and suddenly we saw big moves in the markets, and market catching up to 10,200 kind of levels. And then from now, last 2 3 days, we are seeing okay, second wave of corona, Dow Jones going down, and because of X number of things, you see there can be so many factors that it becomes very difficult to calculate what is happening. So as of now, we are having still a big range from 10,000 to 9,000 as far as 25th June is concerned. And another interesting point, I was really, when today I saw this, at 9,900 is the market, and at 9,900, 202 rupees here and 217 rupees. We are just, you can say, 7 8 days from expiry, and still we are having more than 400, 17 18 419 rupees at the money straddle. This is really high, no doubt about it. This is really high, because this definitely means that market can make a swing of 400 points or 450 to 500 points here and there, which can be really killing the way markets are behaving. So it can go to 9,500, no surprises at all. It can go to 10,300, no surprises at all, because very clearly the premium is showing that what traders are believing. Traders are believing that yes, this kind of move can be there. That is why they are ready to pay that kind of a premium for buying these positions. That is why they are ready to sell these positions at these premiums. So yes, still you can say this, still the volatility is extremely high, and even now it makes sense to take care of positions which are pretty much hedged. If I see in the 18 June expiry, if you see where is the highest concentration, that also, that parameter is not working at all as of now. This is 25 lakhs and this is hardly anything. So highest concentration is still at, seems to be 10,000, 28 lakhs plus 7 lakhs is 35 lakhs. This is 10 lakhs plus 13 lakhs is again just 23 lakhs. So 10,000 is having highest concentration. I definitely expect that okay, if markets are little bit stable tomorrow, then definitely we will see slightly more volumes. Otherwise, most of the volumes are coming on expiry day. So most of the traders, most of the investors are really afraid not to carry forward their position even for one day. This shows that most of the traders are really scared. They are afraid of carrying forward their positions even for one day, right? So it's very difficult uh, scenario for any kind of option trader unless and until he is into any kind of a closed trade. So closed trade is the flavor of the week so far. From week's point of view, you see that all calculations are very statistical, and we can use statistics in a very wrong way, right? All these factors that okay, from the remaining period you divided by under root of these many days, this don't work because this will also change. Then what is the factor? Right, Mr. JP? So these calculations look very good, but practically they never work. I've seen it so many times. Tomorrow, so suppose today the VIX is 35 and tomorrow it becomes 25, then what will happen? And day after tomorrow it becomes 45. So these things, markets will not follow any statistics patterns, but we, the traders, we try to find out some patterns from something which is not at all there, right? It gives us a lot of satisfaction because it works for us for a few days, and ultimately we realize that okay, there are no logics in these kind of markets. If markets are working on pure simple logics, then it is a totally different thing, right? So these things are good for calculation purposes. These things are good to you see, impress your friends, but practically uh, not working at all. So ultimately you have to see what is the price, what is happening to your Greeks. Based on that, you need to do the calculations. Based on that, you need to trade in strategies which are very close strategy. Even if you create a good iron butterfly, it can give you 200 rupees. 200 rupees means 15,000 rupees, and 15,000 rupees means basically on an investment of 35,000 rupees, you are still able to earn 40-50% in just 1 week. The new you can say margin regime has really changed the game for hedge traders. So you need to see that even if I create a 9900 butterfly now, I'm collecting 420 rupees, and if I can spend even 200 rupees in buying protection, my risk is hardly 25 to 30 rupees. So for taking a risk of 25 rupees, you can earn almost 200 rupees. Great trade. But only problem is you don't know that okay, on 18th June expiry, we are talking about markets in a range of 9900, 10,000. For 25th June expiry, you do not know whether you will be talking about 9400 or 10,500. So that is the problem of uh, these kind of markets. So ultimately, yes, there are many of good traders who are sending me uh, their trades. They have created beautiful butterflies which are not costing them anything, right from 9,000 to 10,700, 10,600, and those are the trades. Ultimately, one of the trades will really work in their favor, right? Here also, if we see very shallow markets, only 23,000, only 36,000. But if you see fairly good amount of concentration at 10,000. If you see 10,000 is 23,000 plus 20,000, 23 lakhs, sorry, 23 lakhs plus 20 lakhs, it is around 43 lakhs. And if you see 9,000, 37 lakhs plus almost 4-5 lakhs is again 40-42 lakhs. So again, a very dicey situation. But this chart shows, if I purely see 25th June, I do not see 18th June. Although this data can change, it can change within half an hour also. But if you purely see in 25th June, then definitely you are seeing that this markets may be heading uh, slightly lower also, right? So I would not be surprised that in spite of all whatever is happening on the global front, on 25th June, we may not be seeing a very gung-ho kind of expiry. But although all these predictions can really go here and there within 15 minutes. One good news, markets are much beyond 10,000, and one bad news, markets can really go up to 95,000 and 9,500. So based on a lot of technicals which my friends are doing, many of us tell that okay, maybe 95.50, 95.60 is the level to watch for. But my problem is that okay, from 9,900 levels up to 95.60, what should I do? Should I be selling options? Should I be selling calls or not? But my only view is that okay, at this point you should stay as far away from these markets, and if you can create a strategy which do not give you any kind of a stress for at least 3 to 5% of movement. So if market is at 10,000, so create those strategies wherein you are sure that okay, even 300 points or 500 points move in any direction is not giving you any kind of a stress, that will be the good strategy in these kind of situations. It is very, very enticing. You see, doing weekly option trades, but weekly option trades do not protect you from these kind of moves. So at this stage, it is really, really wise that okay, there is Wednesday, there is Thursday, and latest by Thursday, you should be moving most of your trades to July expiry or maybe to August expiry. That is what I am also doing with most of the trades, because otherwise, keeping these trades, thinking that okay, I will eat this 400 rupees, this is great money. You see, ultimately, market is not going to give you any consistent returns of 25, 30% kind, 50% kind of money in a week. So take your profits. Today, I think I have received at least uh, 14 questions wherein people are saying, "Sir, I'm having profit in my trade. Whether should I try to do some adjustments or whether I should take the profit?" I'll say never, never, ever leave profit on the table. Profit booked is your profit. So in any of the trades, if you're making some profit, whether it is 3%, whether it's 2%, whether it's 1.5%, whatever profit you're making, you should ensure that you are booking those profits and shifting your positions to next month. In next month also, you're getting extremely good premium. So I was really happy to see whatever is happening in 30th July positions. Great kind of premiums are available. Even at, you see, we have created some positions which are as far as away as you can say 8500 to 10,500, or 8500 to 11,000 also. Those kind of open trades can be uh, very rewarding. Not till 30th July, they can be very rewarding till 25th June also. Why? Because every day market will go up by 200, 300 points. Next day it will reverse. Third day it will again go back, go up, go back. But ultimately, if it keeps on you see, hovering around those same levels, whenever you see the highest open interest having a gap of 1,000 points, which is 10%, then logically, not news driven wise, then logically the you can say end-to-end movements may not be very, very huge. So we can be in a regime for next few days wherein market will go to 10,100, it will go to 9,800 and ultimately come back somewhere here within this range only. And in case we have created a good position, it will give you a decent return even if that position is in July. So my request to all of you: do not try to get enticed by these huge margins. Try to make safe positions. If you want to make close positions, you can still try 25th June. A lot of positions can be made. But if you want to create some open positions, uh, please go to July. Hopefully, I would have answered many of you who are listening to me, who have been sending me these kind of questions. So I said, okay, I will answer these things in today's video. So yes, this is not a bad time to shift towards uh, July, because already we are into 16. Tomorrow is 17. 25th July is the expiry. So just 7 to 8 days left. 7 to 8 days you should always leave. In any case, I always say that last 4 days we should not be into the current month. So we are not leaving early. If somebody was asking me on 5th June, should we leave and shift positions to July, I will say we were early. Now we are not at all early. We should quickly start making changes in our portfolios towards July, because these markets are really, really tough markets if you are trading any open positions. Open position means you're selling calls, you're selling puts, selling straddles, selling strangles. Those are the open positions which can be very rewarding, but which can be extremely damaging also. If you're into closed positions, yes, you can create so many wonderful positions in 25th June also. Right. So thanks to all of you for listening very carefully. We have our next workshop scheduled on 27th and 28th of June. Basic mechanisms, Greeks, volatile market strategies, strategies for long-term wealth, time spreads. We are spending a lot of time in time spreads. Now, these kind of markets definitely give you some opportunities for time spreads. When you see the current month volatility has gone up, whereas the next month or the third month volatility are low. So that gives you a very, very good Vega efficient time spread to be created, right? Then strategies which can be used independently as repair trades, or they can be used independently, are also good, right? So what is this? India VIX is around 35. Oh my God! Don't do all this calculations, Mr. Ashwin, this can really spoil your trades, right? These calculations that I already said, these calculations look very good, but it doesn't mean anything when it comes to markets. Markets do not have any obligation to follow these calculations, right? So it's good to impress your friends. You can do that, but don't try to create trades based on these calculations. I have seen so many people suffering because of these kind of trades. It gives you a sense of false you can say confidence that okay, I have calculated these wicks. So all these wicks etc are statistical tools. If you have learned statistics, you see 35 doesn't mean that okay, everything coming in a year is getting calculated and then getting reflected. All this, at least employed volatility, is calculated in a reverse way. So price is much more important than these things, right? Hopefully I've clarified, but still yes, you are free to take your chances. But something which is not giving you confidence, it's always better to do it on paper first and then try to execute things in with real money, right? And anybody wishing to join, you can join us to participate in live chats. You can join our gold membership, you can join our diamond membership, you can connect with us on WhatsApp, and you can join our smart hedges membership also, right? uh, to join, you can click on that join button, and otherwise there is a description, there is a link given in the description also. Many of you has already been shared with today we have already shared dos to many of you. Yesterday we have shared with some of you. We have got a feedback also from all of you. I will again say all of you who have already purchased and to whom that file has been shared, please go ahead and share your feedback, share your doubts, so that the next versions can be improved upon whatever are your doubts. We have shared this file with few of you earlier also, and whatever they wanted, we have included everything on those files. So to all of those to whom this file has been shared even today, my request is please go ahead and then uh, let us have your feedback. It can be a critical feedback also, so that you see we can keep on improving the document for future use also, right? uh, Received it, okay, that's great. Kindly tell about dos is basically, you see, it's my personal favorite strategy. At least 30 to 40% of my money should be invested in very passive kind of trades. What is happening on everyday basis? Market is going down by 300 points, going up by 300 points. So if you're invested in current week or current month, that will definitely give you sleepless nights. So we said, okay, why can't we have a strategy wherein I am least bothered about 400, 500, 600 points, because market will go down by 200, 200, 200, 6, 700 points, and then maybe it will return to 600, 7 points. And meanwhile, in chasing the markets, I may be doing so many mistakes and losing so much of capital. So can there be a strategy wherein I can peacefully sit even for 1,000 points, even for 1,500 points? So this is what we developed. We are working on it from more than a year now. I think last year I announced, some of you know that, and ultimately we have completed the document. So that is a distance option strategy. DOS means distance option strategy, and TOS obviously means the options pool, right? uh, so uh, point print option is disabled. Yes, print option is disabled. You cannot print it, you cannot download it, you cannot forward it. That is with all our strategies and all our material, for obvious reasons. And risk reward, there is, as per us, we don't think there is much of the risk, but anyway, the way the strategy is, it can have a good risk also in case you do not handle it properly. How to get this strategy, what are the charges? You can contact us at, I'm showing you some numbers, you can contact us at these numbers if you are really interested in buying that strategy, right? Or you can write to us at info at the options. So anybody who's interested in joining our workshop, anybody who's interested in buying any of our strategies, you can WhatsApp at these numbers, you can talk at these numbers, you can send us a mail also at these numbers, uh, right? What is Mr. Siddharth saying? What is the maximum capital? I'll say, Siddharth, it will always be much better than your bank fixed deposit. Even if you're not a very active trader, But if you are an active trader, I would like to keep at least 30 to 40% of my investable capital. I'm not saying 30 to 40% of my assets, 30 to 40% of my investable capital in these strategies, so that you see, I'm least bothered about 30 to 40% of my investment, and 10% cash I will like to keep. In balance 40%, I can do sort of weekly or monthly or bi-monthly kind of trades, because now for doing hedge strategies, the capital requirement is really reduced, right? So Mr. Joshi, to purchase this stop loss, you have to contact us at any of the numbers given on the screen, right? Okay, thank you. Do not forget to like. Okay, once we have increased the likes, and after that, I was not able to talk, so they were lying very low. Anyway, still somebody who has not liked, please go ahead and press that like button. Do share the video with somebody whom you think it will be useful. Do write your comments, your feedback, your questions, your suggestions, anything you feel like, and we will try to reply to all the meaningful questions definitely as soon as possible. And if you have not subscribed so far, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. And people who are joining uh, this NSE Academy workshop, most welcome to them. Many of you have responded today, which was the last day. Hopefully all of you have got that confirmation. So that is happening tomorrow, 4:30 to 6:30 Wednesday, as well as 4:30 to 6:30 on Thursday. So welcome to all of you who are participating there in that NSE Academy and the Option School workshop, jointly conducted by both of us. And plus, there are so many people who have already enrolled for our 27-28 workshop. We will be announcing dates. So many of you are asking, we are not able to join. If on those dates, what will happen in July? So far, I think we have not announced July dates. We will definitely go ahead and announce those dates also, right? Bank Nifty, good profit on iron counter. That's really good, Mr. Arun. So congrats to you, making good profit even in this kind of environment. That is really excellent, really. So thanks to you for sharing this piece of information with us. So wish you all the best and take trades very safely. Do not chase the markets. These markets can move in both the directions. So be very strategic as far as your trades are there, right? Thanks to all of you. See you all hopefully tomorrow by 9 p.m. because we are having a workshop till 6:30. Hopefully that will not get extended. We have a decent number of enrollments. So and I will be able to make at 9 o'clock. I can be late by 10-15 minutes. So kindly bear with that. Thanks for coming. Have a great day. Good night.